Hello students, today I am going to show you how to solve a cash flow statement analysis, and this is the particular sum that we are going to solve today in this video lesson. Now you can see that this is a balance sheet of two different years given to you. One is called the base year and one is called the current year. So 2007 and 2008 are the given details that we have to take care of in this sum. This sum has got two adjustments only. One is related to plant and machinery and the other one is related to dividend payment by the company. So I'll take you to a different sheet of paper where I have solved this sum, and I'm going to explain you how I have solved that sum in relation to this particular question. It will be better if you take a screenshot of this question for your future reference. So this is the solution. So I'm going to talk about the plant and machinery account first, because this is the first fixed asset entry in the balance sheet, and also the first adjustment entry is pertaining to this plant and machinery account. Now according to the adjustment, it was mentioned, you can see here, that during the year a part of machinery costing rupees 1,40,000, where accumulated depreciation was 4,000, was sold for rupees 12,000. Right, so it means that machinery which costed 1,40,000 was sold for only 12,000. That means there was a huge loss of rupees 1,24,000. How? 1,40,000 minus 4,000, that is the depreciation amount. So it stands at 1,36,000. From there you have to deduct the selling price, that is the 12,000. That means we are left with 1,24,000 of loss. So let's come to the solution part again. You can see here that the balance BD amount is I have written on the left hand side, because this is an asset account, which an asset entry is always on the right hand side. That is why the balance BD will come on the left hand side. So the opening amount was for 8 lakh, that is for 2007, and the closing amount was 12,90,000. So balance BD and balance CD I have written from there. Next, as I told you that there was a sale of plant and machinery costing rupees 12,000. So directly we will have to write by bank sales, that is 12,000. So that is done. Next, there was a loss, as I already told you the calculation. So 1,40,000 minus 4,000 minus 12,000, that gives you 1,24,000. Then there was the provision, 4,000 of rupees. In the bracket the amount was given, so we will mention it as the provision for depreciation and will write the amount as 4,000 directly. Now all these entries are done related to the adjustment and the real figure given in the balance sheet related to plant and machinery. So we stood at rupees 14,30,000. Now we will have to see the balancing amount. We will see that on the right hand side the amount is more, so we will have to put the balancing amount on the left hand side, which will come as 6,30,000. 14,30,000 minus 8 lakh will give you 6,30,000. So it is the balancing figure. We write in the bracket as balancing figure. And since the it is quite a huge amount, so we can mention it as purchase of plant and machinery. Has it been a small amount, then we would have mentioned it as depreciation, depending on the scenario given in the question. But here the amount is quite more, so we will mention as purchase and we will debit it to the bank account. So that way both the sides will stand at 14,30,000. Now the next account that we will have to prepare is related to the provision, the on plant and machinery. It is given in the balance sheet. The balance BD and CD will bring from there. It is an item on the liability side, so the balance BD amount will go to the right hand side. So accordingly we have brought the amount from the question. You can see in the question from the screenshot that you have taken. So balance BD will be 60,000 and balance CD will be 70,000. Now this provision for depreciation we have mentioned in the plant and machinery account, which was 4,000. That we will have to show in the provision account as well. So we will mention it as to plant and machinery and write the amount from there directly, 4,000. So the left hand side is over. Now coming to the right hand side, there are no more entries related to provisions, so you will have to close the account now. While closing, we can see that on the left hand side the amount is more, standing at 74,000. So on the right hand side we will deduct the present amount, that is 60,000, from the total 74,000, and we will get an amount of 14,000. This is the balancing figure, and we will mention it as profit and loss account. Remember, here we are mentioning the balancing figure as profit and loss account. If had it been account of a fixed asset, we would have mentioned it either purchase or sell on the right hand side and purchase on the left hand side. So it's done. Next account that we'll have to prepare is the next fixed asset account, which is the land and building. So according to the rule that I told you, on the left hand side balance BD amount will stand at 6 lakhs, and on the right hand side the balance CD amount will stand at 8 lakhs. Now there are no entries or adjustments related to land and building accounts, so we will have to close the account directly, easily. So this 8 lakh is more on the right hand side, and then the left hand side we have just 6 lakh. So we will have to add a balancing figure of 2 lakh here. Now how we will mention it? As I told you, if the amount is quite more, you can mention it as purchase. So we have written to bank purchase, and it is a balancing figure. So I have mentioned in the bracket balancing figure, which is 2 lakh. Now both the sides tallied. Now let us move on to the next type of account. Just like the provision for plant and machinery, there is a provision for land and building also. So we have prepared the provision for land and building account. There are no entries related to it, adjustment I mean, but there we have but we have the balance BD and balance CD that has to be taken care of. So it is a left hand side entry in the balance sheet, so the balance BD will come on the right hand side, accordingly CD on the left hand side, and there is no adjustment, so we will close it. We can see left hand side is more than the right hand side, so we will have to write the balancing figure as the profit and loss account as 8,000. So both the side will tally at 48,000. Next account you have to remember, preliminary expense account. Here the balance BD will be on the left hand side, as this is an asset item, and the balance CD will be on the right hand side, and there is no adjustment related to it. That is why we will just write the balancing amount, that is 2,000, on the right hand side as profit and loss account. It will be transferred to directly to the profit and loss account. And next account will be of share capital account, which is the long term liabilities on the left hand side. That's where the balance BD has been written on the right hand side and balance CD on the left hand side. Opening amount was 12 lakh and the closing amount was 16 lakh. That means there is an increase of 2 lakh of rupees. From how this there will be an increase, because only when the company will issue some more shares, then there will be an increase. That's why we will mention it as to bank issue 4 lakh of rupees, and this will be written as balancing figure in bracket. Then we move on to the debenture account. This is the second item of the long term liabilities, and here again the same thing will be done just like share capital account, because there is no adjustment related to this account, and simply we will just write the opening amount on the right hand side and closing on the left hand side by mentioning BD and CD respectively. And then we can see that on the right hand side there is a deficit of 2 lakh. It means that 2 lakh extra has been issued during this year 2008. Now how that would have increased? That means there is an issue of the debenture, and we will have to credit it to the bank account. In bracket we will write issue. This is also a balancing figure. So next we will move on to the next part, which is related to the second adjustment. If you remember, second adjustment was related to dividend payment, but we don't have to prepare an account for it. We just have to remember that we have to take care of it directly in the adjusted PL account, which is our next step. Now you can see that this is the adjusted PL account that I have prepared already. Now here you have to very cautiously bring on the entries that you have prepared earlier in the other accounts, and see whether there is any profit and loss account entry, and directly we will have to bring out that. Now see now as usual we will start with balance BD and CD. This is an adjusted PL account, was mentioned on the question. I will show you the question. It was mentioned on the left hand side. profit and loss account. 2,50,000 and 5,00,000 was the figures. So we will have to as usual we will write the balance BD on the right hand side 2,50,000 and balance CD on the left hand side, that is 5,00,000. Now we will check out our previous accounts that we have prepared and see if there is any profit and loss account entry. Now this was the first account that we had prepared for about plant and machinery, and the first thing that we can see in this account is the profit and loss account credited of 1,24,000. Now this was credited in the plant and machinery account, it will go on the debit side of the PL account. So in the PL account we will make the debit entry of the plant and machinery 1,24,000. Now provisions for depreciation on plant and machinery and land and building we can see in the respective provision accounts that we have prepared, and in the provision for depreciation on plant and machinery we can see on the right hand side there is a profit and loss account entry. Right hand side it will go to the left hand side of PL account. Similarly for the provision for land and building also there is a PL account entry on the right hand side. So these two will go on the left hand side. These two I mean this one and this one. So let's see the amount, it is 14,000 and this one is 8,000. So we will tally it. See in the PL account it is the same amount. Here 14,000 and 8,000 and 1,24,000 I have already explained. Now in the preliminary expense we can see there is another PL account entry. This is the preliminary expense account. You can see on the right hand side there is a balancing figure entry and credited to PL account. So that will come on the left hand side of the adjusted PL account. So preliminary expense. Now these are done. We cannot see any other PL account entry in our created accounts. So this left hand side is done so far. But I told you have to remember about the dividend payment. This is a payment of dividend, so it will be shown on the left hand side of the adjusted PL account by mentioning as 2 dividend, which is 1,00,000 of rupees. Now we can see that on the left hand side the amount is quite high, 7,48,000. The total of all this amount is 7,48,000, and on the right hand side we have to tally it by putting a balancing figure and name it as cash from operation balancing figure, which will be 4,98,000. 7,48,000 minus 2,50,000 will give you 4,98,000. That will be transferred to the final step, that is the cash flow statement. Now I will show you how to prepare the cash flow statement. There are 3 divisions in a cash flow statement. First one is cash flows from operating activities, the second one is cash flows from investing activities, and third one is cash flows from financing activities. This is there in any management accounting book. You can see the format of a cash flow statement under accounting standard 3. This will be same in all the books. So we will transfer the cash from operation entry from the adjusted PL account, which is 4,98,000 at the first. This is an operating activities entry. So we will first write cash from operation, that is 4,98,000. Next, these are the rules. Okay, we have to write if there is any decrease in the current asset, we will have to add it, and if there is any increase, then we will have to deduct it. Similarly, if there is any decrease in current liabilities, we will have to deduct it, and if there is any increase, we will have to add it. So this is the particular rule that you have to follow while preparing the cash flow statement. Now see, there as if we look at the balance sheet, we can see that in the debtors amount there is a decrease. If there is decrease, we will have to add it. So we will add it, add the amount. That means 1,30,000 minus 1,22,000, that will give you an amount of 16,000, and we will have to write the decrease in debtor amount, that is 16,000 as the next step. Next, there is an increase in stock in the balance sheet on the right hand side of the asset side. So we will have to deduct the increase in stock. There was an increase of 1,00,000. If you see a question from the screenshot, so we will write directly 1,00,000. Then there is a decrease in the current liabilities. So we will have to deduct it and write it as 50,000, because this is the calculated figure that you can calculate from the balance sheet question. And finally, there is a provision for bad and doubtful debts, which is also current liability. We will have to deduct it from the cash from operation entry. So this is 6,000. After we do all the calculations out here, then we can see that there is a positive amount of 3,58,000, and we will have to name this amount as net cash from operating activities, 3,58,000. So this is done. Next we move on to the second step, which is cash flows from investing activities. Now if there is any sale, we will have to sale of fixed assets, we will have to mention it first. If you remember, in the adjustment it was mentioned that there is a sale of plant and machinery of 12,000, so we will have to write that. Now 12,000 we are writing here. Now if there is any purchase of fixed asset, we will have to deduct it. There was a purchase of plant and machinery, that we are bringing this amount from the plant and machinery account. There was a purchase of 6,30,000. If you remember, this was the balancing figure in the plant and machinery account. And similarly, we will deduct the purchase of land and building. If you can see in the question balance sheet, that land and building has increased from 6 lakhs to 8 lakhs. That means there was an increase in 2 lakh. That means there was a purchase. So we will have to decrease that amount, because that is a purchase. That means cash flow. There was a cash outflow. So we will deduct it. And after deducting this 2 amount from 12,000, we are getting a negative amount, which is 8,18,000. So we will write it in a bracket. Now third part of the cash flow statement is cash flows from financing activities. Financing activities will be inclusive of the issue of any equity share debentures, if there is in the balance sheet, that will have to come over here. If you remember from the account that we have prepared, in the share capital we had a bank issue, debenture also had a bank issue, so we will have to bring out here those 2 entries. So we will mention it as issue of equity shares and issue of debentures. We will add these 2. From this we will have to deduct the payment of dividend, which is 1 lakh of rupees, because that was an outflow. So we will have to deduct it. Finally, we will stand at the amount of net cash from financing activities, which will stand at 5 lakh of rupees. From then next step, we will have to calculate the total of these 3. One, that is net cash from operating activities, net cash used in investing activities, and net cash from financing activities. These 3 things have to be added. After adding, we will get the net change of cash, which will be 40,000 rupees, positive amount. Then we will have to see the balance sheet again. Let's go to the balance sheet once. We can see here there is a bank entry of 40,000 in the opening amount and 80,000 in the closing. That means at the beginning of the year, the bank cash at bank was 40,000, and at the end of the year it became 80,000. Now we have to see that our answer is matching with this 80,000, then our sum is correct. So let's see. So net change we had calculated was 40,000. Now we will have to mention the opening amount of cash at bank by writing it as cash and cash equivalent at the beginning of the year. It is 40,000 from the balance sheet we are bringing. We will have to add this 2 and see if it is standing at 80,000. If it is so, then our answer is correct. And we will name it as cash and cash equivalent at the end of the year, which is just tallying with the amount given in the balance sheet. So that is how you have to prepare a cash flow statement.